Parental alienation syndrome is a complex family dynamic where one parent manipulates their child into showing unwarranted fear, disrespect or hostility towards the other parent. This manipulation can be so profound that it disrupts the relationship between the child and the alienated parent, often leading to long-term emotional and psychological effects on the child. The manipulative tactics employed by the alienating parent in parental alienation syndrome are most often subtle and typically do not occur in the presence of the alienated parent. This makes it particularly challenging to identify and address. One of the most noticeable signs on the parental alienation syndrome checklist is the consistent cancellation of scheduled visitation by the alienating parent. This tactic forms a part of the broader strategy to limit or entirely cut off contact between the child and the alienated parent. The alienating parent will frequently cancel visits at the last minute, creating an unpredictable environment that can be distressing for both the child and the alienated parent. They might also interfere with the agreed-upon parenting time, such as arriving early for pickups or late for drop-offs. The second indicator to look out for on the parental alienation syndrome checklist is a destructive lack of communication. This tactic manifests when the alienating parent deliberately withholds information about crucial events in the child's life, like school performances, parent-teacher conferences, medical appointments, or even social activities, intentionally excluding the other parent from participating in these significant moments. This lack of communication not only hinders the co-parenting relationship but also negatively impacts the child and the alienated parent's bond. By not being informed about these important events, the alienated parent misses out on opportunities to share in their child's achievements and challenges, which can lead to feelings of isolation and disconnect. Another item on the parental alienation syndrome checklist is interference with phone calls or other forms of digital communication. This type of interference can take various forms, such as monitoring conversations, blocking calls or texts, or even controlling the timing and duration of communication between the child and the alienated parent. This strategic interference is designed to limit direct contact and influence the child's perception of the alienated parent. False accusations also serve as a devastating weapon in the arsenal of an alienating parent during divorce or child custody proceedings. These allegations, often involving claims of abuse, neglect, or misconduct, are not only intended to discredit the other parent but also to gain an upper hand in the legal battle for child custody. The nature of these false accusations can vary widely. They might be related to physical or emotional abuse, substance misuse, domestic violence, or even mental health issues. One of the most damaging tactics employed is the systematic undermining of the targeted parent's authority, a consistent, relentless effort that chips away at the respect and obedience traditionally accorded to a parental figure. In this scenario, the alienating parent intentionally challenges or disregards the decisions, rules, or disciplinary actions set by the other parent. This can happen subtly through dismissive comments, or more overtly where the alienating parent directly contravenes the rules set by the other parent. For example, if the alienated parent sets an early bedtime, the alienating parent might allow the child to stay up late, effectively nullifying the rule. One of the most telling signs of potential parental alienation is an abrupt and drastic change in your child's behavior and attitude towards you. This change in attitude is frequently accompanied by episodes of unexplained anger or hostility directed at you. These sudden emotional outbursts might feel jarring, especially if they are uncharacteristic of your child's usual behavior. Such reactions suggest the presence of external influences shaping your child's emotions and perceptions. Parental alienation, while primarily impacting the direct relationship between parent and child, often has a ripple effect. It's not uncommon for the child to start distancing themselves not just from you as the parent, but also from other relatives on your side of the family. This form of rejection can manifest in various ways. The child may not want to attend family gatherings. They might also be reluctant to engage in conversations with these relatives, or in some extreme cases may even express negative sentiments towards them. They might avoid contact with grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins who they previously had a warm and loving relationship with. Another alarming sign to be aware of on the Parental Alienation Syndrome checklist is an absence of guilt or empathy towards you from your child. This happens because the alienating parent brainwashes them to think that you are the one who is in the wrong, and that any bad behavior towards you is not only understandable, but justified. As a result, the child displays a lack of understanding or concern for the emotional pain their actions might cause. Another important sign on the parental alienation checklist is the presence of unfounded accusations and a selective memory pattern in your child's behavior. Under the influence of parental alienation, the child may start to make false or exaggerated claims about your actions or behavior. These accusations are often baseless or blown out of proportion, and they usually mirror the allegations made by the alienating parent. This mimicry can be a clear sign that the child is being manipulated to view you in a negative light. A prominent feature on the Parental Alienation Syndrome checklist is the child's refusal or resistance to visitation. This signifies a drastic change in their attitude towards spending time with you, especially if they previously enjoyed your company and looked forward to these visits. Under the influence of parental alienation, the child may outright refuse to visit or show extreme reluctance when it's time for them to be with you. This resistance can manifest in various ways, from crying, throwing tantrums, or expressing unreasonable fears about staying with you, to making excuses to avoid visitation. This checklist aims to guide parents in identifying potential signs of parental alienation syndrome. If you notice any of these warning signs, it is crucial to seek support from professionals experienced in parental alienation or family law. They can provide guidance and help you navigate this challenging situation while prioritizing the best interests of your child. Remember, maintaining open lines of communication with your child, focusing on their well-being, and seeking legal intervention when necessary can help mitigate the effects of parental alienation and work towards fostering a healthier parent-child relationship. For more information about parental alienation, visit www.carlacorelli.com.